Buried beneath layers of sand and time lies one of the world's most mysterious civilizations, where pharaohs ruled like gods, tombs hid secrets for centuries, and pyramids touched the skies. This is a world built on the banks of a mighty river, a culture that worshipped the sun, revered the dead, and left behind a legacy that continues to captivate us thousands of years later. Its stories are etched in stone, whispered on papyrus, and guarded by silent sphinxes. What secrets do these ancient sands still hold? Welcome to Crazy Color Facts, where today we uncover 25 incredible facts about ancient Egypt. Some that will amaze you, some that will shock you, and all of them real. We will journey through colossal temples. Our story begins at the very dawn of recorded history. Imagine a time over 5 millennia ago, when much of the world was yet untamed. It was here, along the fertile banks of the Nile, that one of humanity's first great civilizations took root. Around the year 3100 BCE, the kingdoms of Upper and Lower Egypt were united, marking the birth of a dynasty that would endure for 3,000 years. This was a society of pioneers. Before many others, the ancient Egyptians were building bustling cities. The very existence of this magnificent civilization depended on one powerful, life-giving force: the Nile River. To the ancient Egyptians, this was not merely a river, it was the source of all life, a divine artery flowing through the heart of their arid land. Without its predictable annual rhythm, the golden sands of the Sahara would have claimed everything. The Nile was their calendar, their highway, and their god. Every year, like clockwork, the great river would swell and overflow its banks, a phenomenon they called the inundation. This was not a destructive flood, but a welcome one. As the waters receded, they left behind a thick layer of rich black silt, a natural fertilizer that made the surrounding valley incredibly fertile. It was this dark, miraculous soil that allowed them to grow bountiful crops of wheat and barley, sustaining their entire population and allowing their culture to flourish. At the apex of this society stood a figure of immense power and divine authority: the pharaoh. These rulers were not simply kings or emperors in the way we might understand them. To their people, they were intermediaries between the heavens and the earth, living gods walking among mortals. Each pharaoh was believed to be a manifestation of Horus, the powerful sky god, during his reign. Of all the wonders left behind by ancient Egypt, none are more iconic than the pyramids. These colossal structures, rising from the desert plateau at Giza, have mystified humanity for millennia. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built over 4,500 years ago for the pharaoh Khufu, is a testament to their incredible engineering skill. They were magnificent tombs, functioning as a stairway to the heavens. Within their hidden chambers, the pharaoh's mummified body was laid to rest, surrounded by all the treasures, tools, and texts he would need to navigate the underworld and take his place among the gods for all eternity. How do we know so much about this ancient world? Well, the answer is written in stone. The ancient Egyptians developed a unique and beautiful system of writing known as hieroglyphics. This incredible artifact contained the same decree written in 3 scripts: hieroglyphics, a simpler Egyptian script called Demotic, and ancient Greek. By comparing the known Greek text to the mysterious pictures, scholars, most notably Jean-François Champollion, were finally able to crack the code and listen to the ancient Egyptians speak once more. The Egyptians' belief in the afterlife was so profound that it shaped their entire approach to death. They believed that the soul, or Ka, would need to reunite with its physical body to live forever in the next world. This belief led to the development of the sophisticated and sacred process of mummification, a ritual that could take up to 70 days to complete. To navigate the perilous journey through the underworld, the deceased needed more than just a preserved body. They needed a map, a guide, a book of cheat codes for the afterlife. This was the Book of the Dead. In a world dominated by men, ancient Egyptian society stands out for the remarkable rights and status afforded to its women. Unlike in many other ancient cultures, such as Greece or Rome, Egyptian women were not seen as the property of their fathers or husbands. They were recognized as individuals under the law. While rare, it was possible for a woman to rule Egypt as pharaoh, wielding the same absolute power as any man. The most famous examples are Hatshepsut, who reigned for over 2 decades and oversaw a period of great peace and prosperity. And of course, there was Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Yet, one of the most surprising facts about this iconic ruler is that she was not ethnically Egyptian. Cleopatra was the final ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a line of Greek Macedonian kings who had ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years. Of all the animals in ancient Egypt, none was more revered than the cat. These creatures were not just beloved pets, they were considered sacred, embodying divine grace and power. In a society built on grain, cats provided an essential service by hunting the rats and snakes that threatened the food stores. Their sacred status was linked to the goddess Bastet, who was often depicted with the head of a cat. To harm a cat, even accidentally, was a terrible crime, often punishable by death. When a family's cat died, its owners would shave their eyebrows as a sign of mourning. The deceased cats were often mummified with the same care as humans and buried in vast cat cemeteries, ensuring their own journey to the afterlife. While their beliefs were steeped in magic and religion, the ancient Egyptians were also surprisingly practical and observant, especially when it came to medicine. Medical papyri, like the famous Ebers papyrus, actually reveal a pretty remarkable level of knowledge. They understood the importance of cleanliness, had a basic grasp of how the heart and pulse worked, and documented over 800 remedies for all sorts of ailments. Egyptian physicians knew how to set broken bones with splints, stitch up wounds, and even perform simple surgical procedures. Honey, which has natural antibacterial properties, was a common ingredient for dressing wounds. They also used herbs like willow bark, which is actually a natural source of salicylic acid, the active ingredient in modern aspirin, to treat pain and inflammation. For centuries, a powerful myth has captured the popular imagination that the Great Pyramids were built by vast armies of slaves toiling under the brutal lash of the Pharaoh's overseers. This dramatic image, which Hollywood films just love to show, is actually one of history's most persistent misconceptions. The builders of the pyramids were not slaves at all. They were skilled, respected Egyptian laborers. Excavations of the workers' village near the Giza Plateau have uncovered bakeries, breweries, and cemeteries. The skeletons of these workers show signs of hard labor, but also clear evidence of well-set broken bones and expert medical care. These workers were organized into professional crews and were paid in rations of bread, fish, and most importantly, beer, which was a staple of the ancient Egyptian diet. They were building not as slaves, but as citizens contributing to a national sacred project. One of the most enduring and recognizable symbols to come out of ancient Egypt is the Eye of Horus. This stylized eye, which you'll see in art, amulets, and tomb paintings, is way more than just a simple decoration. Its origins actually go back to one of Egypt's core myths, the battle between the gods Horus and his uncle Set. During their struggle for the throne of Egypt, Set gouged out Horus's left eye. The eye was later magically restored by the god Thoth, and this act of healing gave the symbol its potent protective qualities. People believed it could ward off evil and danger. Even today, the Eye of Horus remains a popular symbol of protection and well-being all around the world. Piercing the Egyptian sky at the entrances to great temples stood towering four-sided monuments known as obelisks. These were not assembled from blocks but were true monoliths, painstakingly carved from a single, massive piece of granite. Quarried hundreds of miles away in Aswan, they were then transported down the Nile on enormous barges, and erected using little more than ropes, sand, and human ingenuity, an incredible feat of engineering. These stone needles were sacred to the sun god Ra. Their pyramid-shaped tips, called pyramidions, were often covered in gold or electrum to catch the first and last rays of the sun, connecting the earth with the heavens. Many of these ancient obelisks were later taken from Egypt and now stand in major cities around the world, from Paris to London to New York, silent ambassadors of a lost civilization. For much of history, he was a minor, almost forgotten ruler. Tutankhamun, the boy king, who ascended the throne at the age of 9 and died less than a decade later. His reign was short and relatively insignificant. Yet today, his is the most famous name in all of ancient Egypt. After years of searching in the Valley of the Kings, Carter stumbled upon the sealed entrance to a tomb. Miraculously, it had remained almost entirely untouched by robbers for over 3,000 years. Inside was a breathtaking treasure trove: golden chariots, ornate furniture, precious jewels, and intricate statues. And in the burial chamber, the sarcophagus of the king himself, his mummy adorned with the magnificent solid gold death mask that has become a symbol of ancient Egypt's splendor and mystery. She is perhaps the most famous woman of the ancient world, her name synonymous with Egypt itself. Cleopatra VII, the legendary queen known for her intelligence, beauty, and romances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Yet one of the most surprising facts about this iconic ruler is that she was not ethnically Egyptian. Although she was born in Alexandria, Egypt, her family roots traced back to Greece. She was a Greek queen who became the last true pharaoh of Egypt before it fell to the Roman Empire. Beyond the grand temples and royal tombs, the daily life of an ancient Egyptian was, honestly, filled with some pretty fascinating details. Their form of toothpaste was actually a powder made from crushed rock salt, mint, and dried iris flowers, and they used frayed twigs as toothbrushes. Both men and women wore heavy eye makeup, using a black coal and green malachite paste. And this wasn't just for beauty. It was believed to have magical healing properties and helped protect their eyes from the harsh sun's glare and, well, flies. Life wasn't all work and worship, though. The Egyptians really loved to relax and have fun. Board games were incredibly popular, especially a game called Senet, which represented the journey of the soul through the afterlife. They were also brilliant astronomers and mathematicians, developing a 365-day calendar based on the cycles of the sun and the star Sirius, a system that actually forms the basis of the calendar we use today. The Egyptians were master builders, and their temples were not just places of worship, but earthly models of the cosmos. Grand religious complexes like Karnak and Luxor were among the largest ever built. Its great hypostyle hall, a breathtaking forest of 134 massive, intricately carved columns. This architecture was imbued with deep astronomical significance. For example, the main axis of the Karnak temple is aligned to the winter solstice sunset. On that one day of the year, the setting sun shines directly down the central corridor, illuminating the innermost sanctuary. For the ancient Egyptians, life on Earth was merely a prelude, a short and temporary phase in a much grander cosmic journey. The ultimate goal, the very purpose of their existence, was to achieve a successful afterlife. They believed that after death, the soul would enter the Hall of Two Truths to face the gods. Success meant being granted access to the Field of Reeds, a heavenly paradise that was a perfect reflection of Egypt, where they could live forever in bliss. Failure meant utter annihilation, to be devoured by the monster Ammit and erased from existence for all time. This high-stakes judgment gave profound meaning to their earthly lives. The age of the pharaohs has long since passed. The temples have fallen silent, and the last hieroglyph has been carved. Yet the legacy of ancient Egypt is not buried in the sand. It is woven into the very fabric of our modern world. Their innovations in mathematics and engineering laid the groundwork for future architects. Their astronomical observations gave us the foundations of our calendar. Their medical knowledge was a crucial first step on the long road to modern medicine. The sands of Egypt still whisper secrets, and with each new archaeological discovery, another piece of their incredible story is revealed. This ancient civilization, though long gone, continues to live on, challenging us, teaching us, and reminding us of the enduring power of human ingenuity and belief. Ancient Egypt wasn't just about mummies and pyramids. It was a civilization of brilliant minds who mapped the stars, powerful women who ruled empires, cosmic beliefs that guided every aspect of life, and breathtaking art that has survived for millennia. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Crazy Color Facts for more cinematic, colorful, and mind-blowing history from around the world. See you in the next episode, Explorers of the Past.